Sorry. Kieran just told me what's going on. Listen, welcome back. Ask Woodford the comeback. This is episode 1. This is very uptown because I'll be honest with you, we're not really used to this high production at Woodford. So I want to thank Donnie who's our new producer. This is going to be available before we even begin. This will be available on YouTube. This will be available on iTunes. This will be available across all. Is that correct? Well, it is anyway now. There it goes. You know, Ask Woodford is all about giving you guys the power to ask questions. I want to thank my Kieran, who actually got us back to this, Donnie for our new producer, Brick, who will be next to me, and the host, Chris, coach to Krana Centre Performance. Welcome, boys.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Welcome, the comeback.
Well, you were supposed to start it, so it's over to you now, Dirk.
Yes, my friend, this is the comeback. How long has it been since the last podcast, approximately?
Oh, a long time. I stopped it because I couldn't be bothered, really. I cut enough of it. But I've got 2 idiots with me now. This should be fun, and we're going to make a bit of fun of it. And listen, make sure everyone understands this. This is not going to be... I don't want to make this a podcast. It's going to be knowledgeable. It's going to be applied, and we're going to have a bit of fun. That's the idea. Woodford is all about enjoying ourselves. We're not stiffs. We're not like most people in this industry, boring. Look at Donnie over there. I can't stand most people in this industry. Boring. We'll have a bit of fun. So that's what it's about. Dirk?
No, I love it.
All right, sweet.
Well, first, tell me, what's been happening in the past 2 years? That's approximately since it's been. Yeah. What are the ups? What's the downs? Start with a little bit of context behind where we are now, where we with WSSC, the business, and where are all the staff?
Brick, do you want to take this question?
Where are we?
So where's the business gone, and where are the staff? Like yourself, myself, Woody. Where is everyone? What, from your perspective, what have you seen?
So it's been good in terms of just like growth, like seeing everyone. Well, for example, doing this, like doing a revamped version of the potty, seeing everyone just, building up in terms of like just like
BC Dental, the number 1 dental clinic in the world.
Those veneers are brightening. They are absolutely fucked.
Johnny, get a close up. Get a close up.
He can't.
Well, you can't do that.
Just make.
What am I paying you for, Donnie? You're the producer.
Yo, Donnie, getting closer, man.
Smoke up, Donnie.
Wait, just make sure you don't get the bottom teeth. Kez made a comment there. It was white chocolate and
before we
dark
even begin, I just want everyone to know, yes, I have veneers. Yes, they cost a shitload of money. Yes, I'm in debt. But, you know what?
They look good.
But well.
Oh, well, they look good. Anyway, continue. Let's go on.
It's been awesome just seeing personally your growth as well.
Oh, not this.
I want to say compliments, sorry. But like it's awesome seeing in terms of your coaching and all the boys just getting a bit more systemized in terms of coaching and
Jesus Christ.
and just getting a lot better in terms of like training and all that sort of stuff. It's been good. A lot more professional.
So you're saying
not at the moment, but a lot more professional in terms of just like how we go about and stuff like that. But it's been great. Like I really loved it, and to be a part of that and sort of see all you boys continuing to grow has been awesome as well. So yeah.
What's happened is we've kind of moved the business, we've moved to a membership model. We're doing very well at the moment. We've got Dirk, as you know, the head of performance. Brick's the coach. Max is the head of sports science. We've got some new testing equipment in from Vald, whatever.
Vald.
Don't really give a fuck.
I always say Vlad.
We've got Nord boards. We've got Force-Dex. Fantastic. Getting some good data off that. We were going to move just up the road, but it would have been too much.
Yeah.
At the time, we really couldn't be bothered with moving again. Members killing it, doing real well. Got good structure. We're a lot happier. The business is doing well. And we're going to remember, 2 years ago, we were dealing with that old C word, the COVID word, and we had lockdowns and up and down. So we weren't sure if personally, if the business was to shut down, I said this to everyone, I said it to Kieran, I'd be over in Queensland because I just didn't really want to be here. No one wants to run a business if you can't open up and you can't trade. And we were retarded from the start. Like every business was when I said the word retarded, you know what I mean, Brick. We were what would be the word instead of retarded?
Don't worry, it's okay.
Don't laugh at that word because we're going to get cancelled already before we even started. Cancel culture, going to cancel. But do you know what I mean? What I'm saying is we were hindered. We were hindered from the start. I better word hindered. We were hindered. Brick, stop laughing at that word, hindered. We're hindered. So I didn't want to kind of. We've done well considering. And I'm proud of the position we're in. We're building our way. Well, we're pretty much. What am I saying? Building our way up. We're doing quite well. Yeah. We're going to launch next year, 2023. We are going to absolutely launch. Big things coming, and I can't wait. I'll be back in America next year, some stage, and I can't wait. Hopefully, some big announcements coming up. We'll see what happens. But very excited. Good to have the team back. We're pumping, and excited.
What's the plan for America?
Well, I was going to say. Listen, we're hoping. let's just leave that. Let's just leave that, and we'll see what happens.
Just a quick shout out, Head of Sports Science, Max Konstantopoulos. I know he wanted to be part of this. So the growth in the business has been awesome. And we also got a Head of Sports Science as well.
Konstantopoulos. The Konstantopoulos. Yep.
I love it. What would something you could take away from the past 12 months? Like, we've obviously grown heaps. Like, members have grown. We've got testing coming through. We've got a really good system with our coaching, coaches that have followed through our internships as well. And now Woody can kind of, coach and do his own thing and not feel reliable and all this. What's something that you've learned, all three of us? Like, what's something you've learned, Jez? Bricky boy.
I don't know. Just like, for me personally, just follow my own sort of just journey and fucking niche. Like, hence why, like, I'm doing more like powerlifting sort of coaching as well, which has been good as well. So it's like just following my own niche, actually getting better in terms of that. And for all of us, it's just like we're all fucking different. Like, we've all got different paths we're trying to go through as well. So it's been fucking enjoyable just seeing the growth and rise in all the boys here. So yeah, I've really fucking loved it.
There is one girl here, Brick. You do remember that?
Well, Kez is the glue that holds us all together. Like, without Kez, well, shout out to Kez.
She's right next to you. You
can shout out Kez.
Fucking hell, like, camera there. She's right there. You idiot. You moron.
She's here.
But Kez is awesome.
Smoke up, Donnie.
With Kez, it's been good having her here as well, obviously, because like she holds us all together, and it's
so she's the glue, Brick, is she?
Well, pretty much. Like, we all do shit, and it's like fucking don't do that or don't do this, or actually like fucking putting us in line, which has been good. So all we have to do is pretty much coach. So it's like it's been a lot better in terms of that.
If you think, yeah, okay, fair enough. She's the glue. Kieran, you're the glue. Congratulations. You're like clag glue. You keep us all together. Well done.
I give women compliment crazy. Who am I? But yeah.
Clag glue. That's what you are, clag glue. No, but she keeps us together. It's good stuff. That's a good analogy, Brick. Real well done. Well done.
How do you turn that into advice, Brick? So like you said, you went into your own niche. What advice would you give that?
Pretty much. Okay, so I'll talk a bit in terms of myself. Which we love.
Don't make it all about you, Brick.
Nah, but like in terms of my niche, I would say as a powerlifting coach, I would be a lot better off as opposed to like an athletic development coach. So in terms of just like powerlifting, that's my niche. I love strength training, all that sort of stuff, and I love that here as well.
Sorry, Brick. Sorry, I fell asleep listening to that shit. Just. We
Sorry,
all know you love strength training. Remember, he goes up to the bar, everyone, he's like this.
We can't all yell for 10 minutes like Woody, but...
When have I ever yelled for 10 minutes? But anyway.
we can't
everyone, Chris, who am I? Oh God, be careful.
Just follow your own journey.
Follow your dreams. It's like a self-help book. Follow your dreams. You can do it. Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
Oh, mate, God damn it. You're not a self-help book, Brick.
What's Woody?
He's not a book, he's a living creature.
Yeah.
You're a living man, Brick. You're a man.
What's something you've learnt, Woody, past 12 months?
Brick's a self-help book. Listen, in all honesty, I think that I'm finding like I'm doing my own things. I think that every day I have to work on my own. Every day I have to work on being this guy and improving my life. It's not easy. I actually get to a stage where I get very bored. It's very boring. I find everything a lot boring. Nothing really inspires me anymore. I've been really done a lot in my 17 years, 10 years. I get very, very bored. It's not easy, man. I've really got to remember when I started, I was very, excited. No one's done this before, and then I kind of did it, and it's like, well, where do I go? And it's good to see everyone else grow, and it's fantastic, no doubt. But I think for me, I get very bored at it. Like, I'm glad that you guys are here now, and I don't really have to do a lot. Like, when I say I have to do a lot, I really can just kind of do my own thing, which I'm happy for. Because, man, I get so bored from it. It's very boring, man, for me. Nothing really excites me anymore. Not a lot of things. Things do excite me, but hence why I want to go back to America next year, and we'll see what happens there. And I just need to get excitement back into this. It is good watching everyone grow, though, and the business grow, and watching the structures and yourself and Brick and Max. And I do enjoy that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not happy about that because that is my life and this is my child. But, yeah, I'm just I'm get a bit bored from it. I'm not going to lie to you. It's very boring. It's a bit of a slog. And this is where my mental health comes into it and other shit I do in my life that fucks me up. It's just a bit boring, but no one ever talks about this. We've talked about this before on Shrink Culture's podcast, and it's a everyday thing for me that I've got to work on, and I've got to focus on myself and my health and my well-being and my mental health. So, yeah, but I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. Like, this stuff I enjoy. I enjoy doing workshops. We did a workshop with Durham. I enjoy doing that stuff, but I've got to find the motivation, to keep moving forward and keep enjoying what I do. Because if you're not enjoying something, why do it? But a lot of people just stay in there because they got nothing else. For me, it's like I have to have a goal. If I don't have a goal, what am I working towards? Nothing, you know. And I'm watching all these other kids come up and be happy, and they've, you know, when you start this industry, you're all excited, everything new, and then you kind of it comes a bit of a slog. Unless you've really got goals and you're chasing goals, what are you doing? Nothing. You're living to die, really. So for me, it's like I've got to really, next year's a big year for me where I really want to find my passion again. Not saying I don't have passion. I love coaching. Always love coaching. But it's a bit of a drag sometimes. So then that's being honest. I'm not going to lie about that. Like a lot of people think this career is so great. You know, it's fantastic. You know, you're going to be happy 24/7. No, you're not. It's not. It doesn't work that way. All these influencers want to make it sound like this is a perfect career. It's not. No, there's pros and cons of every career. But I think people want to make it sound like this is, you know, everyone's got to be happy all the time. You don't have to be happy all the time. You know, I go through it all the time where I'm happy and, you know, sad and angry and depressed. But just it's a raft of emotions. And yeah, look, I'm right now I see a psych once a week. And yeah, that's all I can do is just trying to keep getting better and keep enjoying my life. And yeah, and look, the rest will come. You know, I know that like life's not perfect, and I'm proud that, you know, I keep talking about this because a lot of people message me saying if it wasn't for you talking about this, I wouldn't have gone and seen a psych or et cetera, et cetera. So for me, going to see one every week is important because it kind of like straightens me out, makes me focus on the things I need to focus for the week and move forward. I've got to take it a day at a time, really, these days. Every day I've got to find the motivation, and it's not easy, but. And I don't want to be a drag to this podcast or anything like that. I didn't want to bring a negative to it because...
No, but that's awesome because what I want from that is the biggest thing every coach you say, they always message you. It's the exact same. Yeah. How do we create longevity in this industry? Yeah. How do we do it?
It's fucking hard.
Don't fucking coach all the time. Like actually like do other shit that you actually enjoy. Like Woody's literally talking about, like I've had similar experiences in the past, like fucking... 4 weeks even. Just burnout, man. Like you just do so much shit for so long, you feel fucked. Yeah. And like Woody's literally saying all that stuff. It's like, man, like everyone experiences that. Everyone experiences like periods where they feel like shit and all that sort of stuff. And it's like you lean on friends. You talk to us as well, which would be good as well. Like have all these chats and stuff like that. Because like contrary to popular belief, we love to listen. We love to hear what you guys say. Especially like Woody, opening up on the podcast. I haven't fucking heard half the shit he was talking about. Like, I didn't know half the shit. Like, what the fuck? But, yeah, just open up and it's just fucking coach. Like, coaching's great. Don't get me wrong, but it's also like, you have other shit that you do and you enjoy and you love. It fucking makes it all that better and all that fun. So, that's why we got other hobbies outside of you as well. Like Dirk, like obviously you coach, but you got other shit that you got going on as well. Like, you got other interests. It's like you're not just coaching fucking 24/7. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
I don't know. That was a good path we're going down. I like that.
Yeah. Is that something you would agree with, Wood?
Yeah.
Like, how do you find that balance? Because it's so hard. Because you need to, like, you know what it's like. You've been to America. You know what, you have to fucking work hard to succeed. But how do you do that without
burning out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. It's one of those industries that it's very hard and it's very taxing mentally. Because regardless how people say, oh, you know, you're not a psychologist or anything, if you think about it, coaching's relationship building, communication, you're really getting to know somebody. So it's like building a really strong relationship with them. And then you kind of go through their ups and downs, what they go through. And it's one of those things. I'm not saying that, you know, I think what we could do a bit better is just like take time off and, you know, have days, like one day a week where you have a time for yourself, where you do what you need to do to help your own mental health. I think it's a big thing. Where back in the day, I'll just go 7 days straight, and then I'd go. I've told people that before. I'd go Monday to Saturday, get bent on Saturday night, party, rest Sunday, do the same thing on Monday. It's not really good for your health, is it? But I didn't know back then what I was doing. All I knew was there's a fuckload of money coming in. I made a shitload of money, and I knew, you know, everyone knew who the fuck I was back then, and. You know, I was starting this whole thing where I wanted to do this, become this guy, and all of a sudden I was this guy, and then crazy, man. What if you put your mind to something? You know, all I cared about was what was happening in front of me. It's like I'm successful. This is what I've always wanted, but then from that, these other things can happen. So it's more like explaining it, so I could hopefully help someone out and be right. Okay, well, that's great. You're successful. That's great. You're doing well monetary wise, but also look after your mental health that you can't see because you can't see mental health. I look at you and I look at Brick and I'm like, well, there's two young studs who look good. Do you know what I mean?
Studs.
And they look good. They look good, but you can't see mental health. Something you can't see, And this is something that people are, oh, well, he's a normal guy, he looks great. Well, you can't see mental health, can you? And that's an issue. It's not like an injury, like a knee injury. I can see if someone's got a knee injury, if they have a band around them, they've got swelling of their knee. Oh, they've got something wrong with their knee. Mental health, you can't tell. You can't tell at all, and that's a big issue. So I think we need to understand that more in the industry and kind of to stop burnout, understand that mental health is just important to physical health as well. So I think it's important we talk about this and because just I think that it's one of those things I've seen happen to a lot of people in this industry. People just burn out and just give up. And it's shit house because we lose good people. We do. We lose really good people in this industry. And I'd never leave this industry because I love it. Like for me, I always love it. I'm lucky where I've got enough people around me now that I really don't have to do much these days. I need to find my drive again. I've got to find that love again for it. And man, it's going to come and go. Like you got to remember, I've only wanted to do this since I was 13 years old, which is crazy. I used to print pictures up of bodybuilding magazines. 13 years old, and I'm 36 now. Oh, this is all I've ever known. So I need to go, and when I go to America, I get inspired again. It's almost like I get reinvigorated. Kieran, you say this all the time, don't you? I kind of get reinvigorated again when I go to America because you know this. They talk at that level. It's just really cool to when you go there and it's like the energy again, and you kind of get reinvigorated. You go back, and I think because of COVID, I couldn't go over there because of COVID. So next year's a big year. Go back over there, get inspired again, come back, and then do the same thing. And then just hopefully, that's how you stop burnout as well. You kind of find inspiration from other people, and I've kind of had to be my own inspiration where I've had to draw off myself where before, a lot of the young kids coming through have other inspirations now because social media is so big. Back when I started, social media wasn't that big. You really had DeFranco and you had Boyle, but you had no one in Australia I could look up to be like, I want to be like this guy because there was no one in Australia doing it. So I was like, okay, well, I can be my own inspiration. Looked at DeFranco and looked at Boyle, and that's what I did. So I think I'm just going to go back over there, which I'm excited about again, go there and just be inspired again and just work from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Another topic that's interesting is...
Well, actually, let's go keep on that topic and go to you.
Yeah.
So you're obviously a young coach. You fucking got this head.
You take the fucking
Let's list off some accomplishments. So head coach at Woodford Sports Science Consulting. He's for people at home, great Olympic lifter, trains of intensity, which we love. But also just for yourself, Dirk, how have you felt in industry, being a new coach, coming into a well-established, company as well? How have you felt? Are you feeling a bit burnt out? Are you feeling like you're maintaining everything well?
Yeah.
Let's hear some thoughts from you.
No, that's a good question. I think I feel good, and it's because for me, it's all about creating a pathway, creating a journey. Woody created something that wasn't there. Now it's how do we fucking refine that? That's what I did. When I met Woody, when I saw all of this, Woody had created something. Now we had to take it to that next level, and that was his dream. And I think all of us coming together is what's allowed. It's not been one person. Woody created something that we didn't even know fucking existed until I met him. Yeah, right? Exactly. Then from there, for me, it was okay, how do we refine this? How do we get better? How do we take it to that next level? Which I believe we're on that path. So I think that's kind of was my next step. When people say, "Oh, you're just trying to be Woody," it's no, I'm trying to continue a path that Woody's created and refine it and make it bigger and better. And we work all together to do that. So.
You've got Woody-like qualities, but it's not in terms of just the way you coach and you got that passion. You can definitely see it.
Absolutely.
You've creating your own shit in terms of this sort of stuff as well. And literally, you said about the past 2 years. The past 2 years, the goal has been for Woody to be able to do his own thing. He doesn't have to come in, all the time. He doesn't have to worry about us. Doesn't have to worry about all this shit. It's he can do his own shit. He can fucking podcast. He can go to the beach during the day. He can fucking
the beach. Yes, Frank. That's what I'm talking about.
He can do other shit. He doesn't have to be here all the time because that's what we all talked about. We're what.
I think it was just taking the pressure off me and not relying on me the whole time, which is fantastic. And I think the whole idea was I kind of threw the keys to Dirk and you and said, okay, you guys do it now. I've done what I can now for the industry. I've done what I can in my opinion. I've built my name. I don't need to do any. In my opinion, if I was, and this is serious, I've said this to so many people, if I was to work at, let's say, for example, where Zach works at a Crunch, mate, I'd make about $4,000 a week, I reckon. And it'd be less, I'd have to work a lot more. I'd have to work a lot of hours. But I'd make but I'd make a lot of money. But my whole thing about that is I've built this name up. This is my child. And for me, I'm not insecure enough to be I don't micromanage. I've never micromanaged you, anyone. You know what I have said to you? Represent the brand the best way you can. Under promise, over deliver. Give the best service you can get. Get results. That's what we're known for. We're known for results and training athletes. Introduction, rehab, return to perform, performance coaching. That's what we're known for. And I kind of threw you guys a key and said, okay, refine it, make it the best company it can be. I'm going to do me now. You guys do you. Let's do it. And I've never once micromanaged. Where a lot of other people in this industry, they'll micromanage the shit out of you. For me, it's like I trust my guys to give a good service. And we have.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's been really good. And I think since making Dirk the head of performance, that was a good tick. Max is Constantopoulos.
It's always bloody fucking Greeks.
Constantopoulos. Head of sports science. So head of sports science, head of performance. Brick being a coach. Manov's been fantastic. I can't fault Manov. He's been really good. Really good. We've got good intern so far. Yeah, we're heading in the right direction. I think 2023 will be a big year for us. So I'm really proud of how we're structuring, how getting more refined, becoming more professional with how we do things. Even this Ask Woodford, the comeback or whatever we're calling it, with Donnie. Smoke up, Donnie.
Yo, Donnie.
Yo, Donnie. I think that this has been fantastic so far. And this will be once a week, ladies and gentlemen. Is it once every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks. Kieran's over there. Kieran, why don't you come in, Kieran, and sit on the chair, Kieran?
It's going to make room on this couch.
What have you noticed with the way we've grown? What's happened? How has this grown? Like, it didn't just appear out of nowhere. We all know that. We've all pushed fucking shit uphill the past, during COVID, everything like that. Explain how we did that.
Well, literally, we've all pushed shit uphill to get to this point. I think it was too just that there's a lot more structure. We have a really good team around us. And it's just a lot of hard work. Like, we obviously in COVID in 2020 we closed, but then in 2021 we stayed open. I don't know if like a lot of people may or may not know this, but we actually don't have the stress or worry of the Casey facility. That was, took a toll on Moorabbin up until 2020. That's now gone. So, and we've got you, head of performance, like you and I work together a lot.
And Constantopoulos.
Yeah, and we've got Max.
Man, he's getting he's getting shout out so fucking much. Jesus.
Head of sports science.
He wanted it.
He must have paid someone here like a bit of money.
Got a bit of cash.
But yeah, it's just a lot of hard work and putting systems in place and structure and, everyone holding each other accountable and everyone's got a role now and everyone knows what they need to be doing and they just get it done. Like, yeah.
I think people don't understand how hard it is to own it. Like, this is serious. How hard it is to run a gym. It's so hard. Like, people who think, I'll just open a gym and people will come, like, build it and they'll come. That's a big side of shit. I used to read about how to open a gym when I was 16 years old. I thought, this will become easy. And now I've done it for like the last 10 years. I'm like, it's actually really hard. You've got to have structures. You've got to be able to implement the structures. You've got to hold people accountable. Then you've got staff. It's harder than I thought it would ever be. And if you don't have these structures, you don't have these setups, you're pushing shit uphill. And the hardest thing for us was coming out of COVID, regardless what you think of COVID, whatever, it was hard. We were still inhibited with what we could do. We were open, but we were still inhibited.
Oh, it was stressful.
It was stressful as hell. Like, and this is what I mean about, and listen, I don't want to get too political, but I'm not going to get too political, but the whole thing, like for me, I look back on it, it's like, why? Like, they talked, and I'm not going to get too political in this, but the whole thing was, in my opinion, a lot of crap. Because at the end of the day, they're saying it's about health, yet they shut down the gyms and they open up fast food. They allowed fast food to be open up. If this is about health, they wouldn't have done that. But anyway, without going on too far about it, that crippled businesses. And that nearly crippled ours. So, fuck them. No, fuck them.
I think everyone being on the same page was huge. Like, all our staff being on the same page because it allowed us to, especially you and me, Kez, to delegate tasks and work on like the biggest structure of things and allow them to do it. And I think Woody's amazing. He has something amazing in that fucking brain. I want to cut it open one day.
There'd be a lot going on.
But the thing is,
a great man, but Jesus Christ.
Wait, one day we're gonna cut that fucking thing open.
Brick? What the hell?
He's fully lost.
But
I love Woody, but
What do you mean, Brick? Wait, hold on. Brick, what do you mean by that? Some cooked stuff going up in there.
look,
Like, my brain would be spaghetti.
Besides that component.
Okay, what would you say? Go and say something nice.
Besides that component.
you're a great man.
I think
say something nice. Go on.
what we've done really well is I think we've grabbed what's out of that amazing bait and kind of put it into structure because with it, like Jez and I, Brick and I being around Woody, we understand it. We've been around him for a long time. We can implement that. But I think to fast track that, we had to kind of create that structure, maybe bring a bit more structure to the internship with what we've done and kind of teach, Max and Vinov that have come along so that it's allowed us to focus on the bigger side of things, bringing teams in, bringing more athletes in. So I think by doing that, it almost fast-tracked everything, created structure. Because the Woodford system is the Woodford system. It's not that it's changed. It's just that we've been able to take what is from his brain. And I think what I love about...
that had to be done for Woody to not be so reliant in the business.
Yes.
Like, if we didn't do that, Woody would have to be here every day, all day, like he used to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, obviously that just wasn't working. And I think the other thing is too that we've been able to work on the business as well. So instead of just, you guys rocking up coaching, we now have, like you and I, Dirk, work actually on the business and plan forward and where do we want to be, how do we want to get there, and all that kind of stuff, which is super important as well for the brand to be able to continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you asked that question before, Bricky, if I was burnt out, I think fortunately in its own way, Woody taught us a lot of lessons besides sports science, strength and conditioning, right? Woody taught us the things of taking time off. Like, Woody's not, like, everyone thinks Woody's like he pushes us, he wants us to work hard, but he also respects us and tells us to get time off. So I think a lot of things people can take away from Woody and this business's growth is not just that about our systems, it's about actually the philosophy of a coach. That it's important to take time off. It's important to know who you are.
Well, then you'll stop. Then the whole idea is me telling my stories, so you don't get that point where you have to go to rehab, or your brains, you're so fucked up that no one talks about this. Everyone talks about I've told you this before. Everyone talks about the positives in it, like everything's fucking perfect. Oh, nothing wrong happens. Look at no. Perfect example. Here's a perfect one for you. Callum Von Moger, right? I don't know if you know his story, right? What he's going through right now.
Yeah.
Callum, if you're listening, which you're probably fucking not, Donnie, cut this one up and I'll say to him, right? I'm going to look in this thing, right? Cut this up. If you're listening, Callum, I'm behind you, because fuck all these pricks who are taking pot shots at you, and you haven't. All these guys are trying to get clout off his name, right? Now Callum's gone through something right now, right? Addiction, like myself, mental health, like myself. I have affinity with this guy. And it's all these people kicking him while he's down. And if you watch one of Dave Palumbo's videos, he talks about how the industry are just kicking this guy while he's down. It's so easy, right? And this guy's obviously gone through a fair bit. I feel for that guy because it's so easy to take a pot shot at someone you know nothing about. Addiction's an easy... How easy is it to take a pot shot at someone who's going through something? You have no idea what he's been through. You have no idea what he's dealing with. But it's so easy to take a... And the reason why I'm getting frustrated and worked up about this, because I've been through it. I know how it feels. It's not a good feeling. No, it's so easy. You think you're better than this guy because of what he's doing? You have no fucking idea what he's going through. You're just a piece of shit. And it's fucking easy to take a fucking pot shot at a guy like that. Why don't you actually build him up? Make him feel like he's actually wanted. Because right now I can tell you he's in a shit place. And it's so easy to fucking have shots at someone like that. It is. And what he'd be feeling is terrible. He doesn't want to be this guy. Trust me, I've been there. But he's dealing with a lot of demons at the moment. So instead of kicking him, maybe write him a message, a DM. He might not see it, but something like which I wrote to him and I said, I hope you're feeling okay. I know it might mean nothing from me, but I've been through what you've been through. And I'm still going through what you're going through every day of my life. Addiction's a terrible fucking disease, a terrible mental health thing, which we don't look at as a society. We don't look at it like that. We look at it like, oh, just get over it. You'll be fine. Mental health is an everyday thing I have to deal with every fucking day. And it just so happens this podcast has gone this way. I didn't know why I went this way, but I hope...
It's all right. That's
good.
It's fine. Like, dude, we want you to talk about this shit,
yeah,
man.
But I hope...
This is what people don't talk about. Like, it's never about this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And if we actually, chat about this stuff, and we actually... bring recognition to it as well. It's like what you're feeling, fucking everyone is feeling.
Yeah, I know.
But that's good though. Like that's what we want. Like we're not all like, oh fucking this and this is about trade. It's like this is what we're fucking normal humans.
Yeah.
Like we're as real as you can get. Like we're just fucking normal people. We do shit like.
I just hope that he's okay because he's going through something and people just trying to boot in. And because I have empathy for him because I've been I know the position he's in right now, and I see how people just cheap shotting him, and it's just. I just got empathy for the guy. So hopefully if you're watching, you're probably definitely not. But you know what? If you are, man, I'm behind you. I hope you're okay. Because that's all I wanted to hear. I just needed one person to say I'm behind you. And I was lucky I had multiple people to say that. Hopefully he's got good people around him. That's my hope. He's got good people around him. Because you really need, at this stage in his career, what he needs is good people around you. Because he could be anything. But people kicking the boot in. A lot of pieces of shit out there want to kick the boot in to get clout off him. You're just a piece of shit. For me personally, you're a piece of shit. The guy's got bad mental health issues at the moment, gone through a lot. Hopefully he's okay, and hopefully he's on his meds. Because when you go off, if you're medicated like I am, once again, people don't talk about this enough either. You need to stay on your meds. Kieran, you agree with this, don't you? I've been off my meds a few times. You're going to be on your meds. For me, it's like I have to be on them for the rest of my life. I'll never go off them. Me and my beautiful mother. Thank you, mother, for the brain you've given me. I love you. My Anita. Shout out to Anita Woodford. I love you. I do love my mum, my father, and Jeff Woodford. I do love you, mum. I do love you. We're 2 peas, 1 pod. Love you both. Aren't we, Kez? Mum and myself. But hopefully you guys got something out of that because it's very important to talk about mental health. Even though we didn't know this was going to go this way, I think one thing I've taught the boys is if they need to take a day off for a mental day or they need to work around their schedule where they do have a day off, we will do that because it's important. One thing I've realised now is I don't want them to turn out, regardless I haven't turned out that bad, but in terms of what I'm saying is I've learned that I rather give the boys a day off where they can just do what they want, have their not mental health day, just have a day for themselves, refresher, and they're not going to burn out. Give them a day off, even if they have, because sometimes they work Saturday. Chris, I know you work Saturday. Have Sunday's a big day off. Make sure they have Sunday off, do nothing. I'd rather them do nothing Sunday off and then have maybe another day off where they do by themselves. Sweet, cool. And you know what? They're going to be more productive when they do come in. So that's my way of thinking these days because I'd rather them be happy than not happy at all. Yeah, that's the way I see it.
And that's what has allowed this business to also grow as well. And none of us have been burnt out because realistically, even though the business needs all of us, it doesn't actually rely on all of us. Like if I don't rock up or Jez doesn't rock up.
We have good structures.
We have great structure and it all works. So we can all, no one feels overwhelmed with all of it. And I think that's what Woody used to struggle with because he was leading the crew and he had to do everything. But now we've kind of pulled those things out of his brain and kind of put into structure.
You really want to see what's in my brain, don't you?
I really do.
He puts the lotion in the skin, he puts it in the bucket. Or he gets the hose again. This has been way too serious, this one. But I'm glad we've done it for the first time.
Absolutely.
We've got this out of the way. It's very, very serious. But you know what? I'm glad we talked about it. But from now on, there's going to be questions. How are we going to get questions from people? Where should they?
We're going to promote it on social media.
Yes. So if they want to question, and by the way, if you've got a question, everyone out there, do not do it where it's individualised. I'm not going to answer it because people just want free information. It can't be that. It can be individualised, but not like I'm going to send an MRI in. Can you tell me what to do? I ain't going to do that. I've had that so many times. Like, hey, on Ask Woodford, I've sent you an MRI. Can you tell me what exercises and sets and reps I need to do to help this injury? It can be individualised to a point, but if you want to question us on Ask Woodford, anything. Business, life, strength and conditioning, rehab, return to perform, injury reduction, even anything about Donnie.
DM for coaching as well. That's a good one as well.
DM for coaching as well. And also I want to thank our sponsors, macironfitness.com.au for all your equipment needs. We're the best band in the world, Mac Iron Fitness. We've got a brand new website. Woodford SSC is going to have a brand new website as well. I'm excited. ChristianWoodford.com is going to have a brand new website. 2023 is our fucking year. Can't wait for 2023. Anything you want to add, Chris?
Hey, we're back. That's
Smoke
it.
up fucking Donnie.
That's it.
Quickly, but if they want to send questions, where do they send it to?
So, we're going to make a post on social media on Instagram, so make sure you reply back to that. If you don't reply back to that, either reply on the WSSC account or any of our private accounts as well.
Yeah. So you're going to be the host? You're the host?
I'll
okay, and Brick and I are just the guests every week.
My sweet guests.
Well, this is what I assumed, so... Love how we just have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Just smoke
up, Donnie.
Let's just roll with it.
So this is my headspace going into today. So I'm driving down the fucking all-called near my house that has you guys don't know what the fuck that is, Kilo.
Oh my God.
So I hear, Kez messages me, rings me. It was a ring, no message. And she goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to go train. She's like, you got to ask Woodford. I'm like, fucking hell. So, didn't even know we're doing this body. So, we're all just fucking, just doing it together. And just,
hey, but did we tell you?
I forgot.
Did we tell
you? forgot that.
Yeah, that's my fault, but
come on, Brick.
But
so, what are we calling this? Ask Woodford the return, or what are we calling
the
it?
Comeback.
Ask Woodford the comeback. So, let's get a brand new graphic for that as well.
Yeah. What else has been happening, boys? Like,
Well, isn't this supposed to...
what else are we doing? Like,
Is it a half an hour supposed to be up? Half an hour yet? 7, how long?
all right.
Okay, smoke up,
crazy.
Downey. Smoke up, Downey. All right, so let's end on something good then. Let's end on like a quick fire questionnaire. Or
I was going to say my weekend was good, but then I was going to stop there.
Brick, so actually, let's go on to that. Brick, how was your weekend?
Oh yeah, Brick. What did you do on the weekend?
It's starting on. I just had Didier's wedding. So Didier,
Wait.
Why
Hold on,
weren't you
wait.
the
Stop.
best man?
one of my best friends.
Hold
man,
on.
so-
So, Didier Fasulio. Oh, what about Jamie Bootsiotis?
Charlie Athanasios.
Hi, Charlie. By the way, everyone, I want to say one thing. Strength culture. Jamie, I'm going to end the tattoo in the next few weeks. Before Christmas, I want to get it. So I'm going to get. It's going to. Oi, you're going to have to come with me. We're going to film it. Well, that was the whole idea,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
exactly, yeah.
We're going
I
to
love
film
that.
the whole thing. I'm going to talk to my guy about it. Because I'm getting my neck
Eugene.
done. I'm going to get my neck done
shit.
here. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to get this be like here, be that big. It'll do it in like 20 minutes. It'll be funny. And I'll be the first person to have a Male Street Culture tattoo. Hell yeah, baby. I'm in the club.
Yeah, nice.
Why don't you get one if you love them? Oh, you know what? Brick should get a tat with me.
Nah, no way.
Yeah,
Or
Brick.
should I get another brick tat somewhere?
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
should I get it this time? Anyone? Do you guys want to see my brick tat? I'll show you anyway.
Nah, don't fucking. No.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, there we go.
Good
There
hell.
we go. He's looking tanned.
Wait.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh my god. This is a model shoot for fucking Brick's tattoo.
What the fuck?
There.
There we go.
What the fuck is this?
Can you cut that? Can you cut most of that until you get the brick thing? He lost it.
My fucking god. That's so fun.
Donnie, can you cut that most of that until you get the brick thing?
Imagine like Dirk walking up to today. He's like, yeah, man, it's going to be, we can actually
Yeah.
make this.
Wait, hold on a second. Brick, how many? No. Let me just say something, Donnie, before I begin.
Can I make
Right,
this a
Brick's so
serious
good. Rick's lost it. Rick, Kieran, do that. Hurry up.
Oh my god.
Oi, can I say one thing before we go on?
What the fuck?
Rick, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing when I think how many bosses would get your name tattooed on your ass?
One.
Is it cooked?
It's there forever.
Rick loves it. Donnie, do you love it? It's pretty good, isn't it? On my mum's. What did Donnie say? What?
Interesting.
Interesting, Brick. Listen, I got it because I love you, Jeremy.
I know. I appreciate it. I
Well,
appreciate
you
it.
should get one of me.
Nah, look.
Why not?
Oh, it's so cooked.
Hey, Brick,
It's busted that Dirk walk. It's like we're gonna make this a serious podcast, and then we've just devolved. We serious in parts,
Fuck,
and-
it got very serious.
and which was good. But yeah, I know.
wait, why didn't Dids make you the best man?
Look,
No, but serious. Why?
he's actually asked him. Okay, so this is what
Dids,
happened.
why not?
So I was. So the other two groomsmen
this
he had known
cuck?
for ages.
Wait, he's a cuck. Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Brick, did he ever Fasulio a cuck? Do you know what a cuck is?
What is
I don't even know what a cuck was. A cuck is
Well,
a guy
he's married to a beautiful woman,
He's
so-
married to a woman who he likes watching the woman get. You know what?
He is a cuck.
He's a cuck.
He's not a
Like
cuck.
Fasulio, you're a cuck.
You're a cuck with Briz. Brick.
Fasulia's heavy G.
Oh,
Love
hurry
it.
up and tell us the story why you're not the best man. We'd have all day for this.
Because I didn't know him as long, and he had his friend from school, who was like one of his his best mate, and he's fucking awesome.
Wait, can I say their names again? Didier Fasulio,
Yeah.
Jamie Bootsiotis. What was the other one? Charlie Anastasio. Well,
And Jamie Smith.
that's an Australian name. No one cares about that. Why is there so many WOG names there, like Anastasio?
Jamie's actually Italian,
What? No, he's not.
half Italian,
Smith.
half,
Smith.
half Trinidad
Smith.
and Tobago, and
Smith.
What the fuck's that?
All right, let's wrap this up, Dirk, because I've had enough already. Let's wrap this up.
I had fun.
I've showed my ass. I've said some serious things. I've showed my ass. We had a good laugh. So this is good episode 1.
What's happened with you, Dirk, in the past
yeah,
weekend?
Yeah, Dirk, quick, tell us about your life quickly and wrap it up in 30 seconds. So we have all day for this.
Yeah, keep it snappy. Come
Dirk
on.
is becoming a full-time boxer at the moment. Just kidding.
Dirk, I'm going to knock you out, by the
But
way.
yeah.
Can we fight?
Yeah, we're going to organise a
Dirk,
fight soon.
next year, Dirk and I are going to fight.
Yeah, I'm going to gas him out.
But then the idea is Dirk to gas me out. I'm going to knock him out in the first minute.
I'm just going to be fucking dodging those punches.
Can I tell everyone what I did? I went to do a course yesterday And I'm not going to say what for. I got caught by the police doing naughty things, and I had to do a course to get my license back, and it's the stupidest course ever. It's like, don't do this. No shit.
Don't do what Danny...
I wouldn't be in this position if I didn't get caught. Don't do this. It's like, no shit. And Kieran's like, you're the biggest daro there. Kieran? Yeah? Oi, Brick, remember this? Don't do what Danny doesn't do.
The comeback.
The comeback. All right, ask Woodford, the comeback. You want to end on anything?
We're done. We're here. We're back.
Do you want to talk about yourself?
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to talk about you, Chris.
Dirk's back from America. Went to the University of Iowa.
Oh,
Yeah, nice.
carry on, Dirk. No one cares. We all know that story.
Well,
I'm
we
back
can't really...
now.
Yeah.
Why did
I'm
we
ready to
say
fucking
anything
rock
at
and
the
roll.
start about
Let's
this?
expand on that next podcast.
No, we'll quickly do the start next week. We don't have time. But next week, let's quickly talk for 5 minutes about Iowa, and that'll be it. Because we've got a question next week, yes?
Yes, my boy.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to keep these boys on track because they're going to go all over the shop like I do. So here we go.
Can we have topics next time?
Yes. I mean, I had a plan, and then I just got fucking thrown out the window.
All right, at what stage of the plan did we lose the plan? Was it when I showed my ass, or which part was it?
Probably 20 seconds in.
Probably 20 seconds in.
Did you actually have a plan?
I did. I wrote it in my notes yesterday,
Fuck,
but don't worry about it.
That's
Wait, it was good fun, though. The
I'm
comeback.
glad you enjoyed
Can
it.
I say something before we end?
Tell me, bro.
Seriously, for anyone out there, this is serious as well. Before we end this, is go get a mental health plan. I know I want to wrap this up because if I don't say this, I'll regret it.
Yeah.
Go get a mental health plan. You can have how many?
20.
20. 20. It's you get rebated. Go if you're interested in understanding more. DM myself or Woodford SSC. But go to your local doctor. Get a mental health plan. You got 20 visits to a psychologist. Go see one because all us coaches need to do it. And talk about the issues. I've got more issues than anyone. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. There we go. They'll end on a good night and a high note. I will say one thing. Thank you, Chris Kranis. Thank you, Brick Borzillo. Thank you, Donny. Smoke Up Donny. We will see you next week.
And thank you, Kez.
And thank you, Kez. I'll see you next week on Ask Woodford, the comeback. Chris, you're supposed to be doing this, not me, but I'm going to show you how to do it. And see you guys next week on Ask Woodford, the comeback.
Done.
And
The comeback.
Thank you.
Done.
The comeback.